Hello and welcome. My name is Dardace Choice and I'm going to show you a quick tutorial, very quick, on how to uh, make a Beyblade. And now I'm not going to be showing you how to do the materials or texturing or how to grab or get the models or make the models. You're going to have to do those yourself. I already did it. And also you'll need two programs to do this. You're going to need Blender and Inkscape, or Illustrator if you know that better. But Inkscape works for me, it's free, and I just use it because it's quick. So here we go. So as you can see, I've got the Forge Disk 0, I've got Animate layer, and I've got the zoning layer. All of them are textured and everything ready to go. Now, first thing you want to do, set all the objects. Where is it? Oh, I gotta select it. Set origin, geometry to origin. Same with this, geometry to origin. And this, geometry to origin. Next, create a node, an empty node, plain axis. Then we're going to click on the layer. We're going to click on the object properties, relations. We're going to click the eyedropper for the parent, and then click the empty node. Same with the forge disk, and same with the driver. Now, as you can see, it's all under the empty node. I click the empty node, I press G, which is the move thing, and wherever the empty node moves, the other pieces move with it. That's exactly what we want. I just press escape to move it back, to get it to move back. Okay, now we grab the driver, go up here, go to vertex, and we clamp it, or we turn snap on. We press G, we press Z to clamp it. We bring it up here, move down a bit, press G, press Z again to clamp, then there. As you can see, it's snapped. So you then click it, it's put into place exactly where you want. So as you can see, the tip of the Beyblade driver is right where the empty node is. And that's what we want. So Aeronite and Zero Forge Disk, we move the Forge Disk escape. We unclick this, we move the Forge Disk. Okay. The Forge Disk up. Grab the Beyblade layer, press G, press Z again, move it up. As you can see, it's not correctly aligned, so we press R, press Z, and rotate it to around negative 35 degrees. As I said before, anywhere the Beyblade goes, or the node goes, the Beyblade follows. So now we go over to Inkscape. This is a new document. We want to grab the circle button, the ellipse tool, press Control, press Shift, click and hold, then bring out a circle which will represent the stadium. Let go. Oh, there we go. Now it's zoomed in a bit. Now we press the pen tool. We click where we want the Beyblade to start. We make it go around the edges a bit. We pretend it hits another thing right here. Oh, and what I'm doing here to make these pop up is I'm clicking and holding. these are called handles. They control the line and how it curves. So as you can see, it can control where the line goes. And same with here, controls the line. So I don't want it that close to the Bay Stadium, so right around there. Then we go here. Let's say it hits another Beyblade right there. So then we make it go this way, this way, this way, and then it'll stop in the middle. Now there's no other Beyblade in this, so it's going to be moving irregularly. Once I get the, and now that I've done the placement of the nodes, I'm going to press enter to do the last node. Now you can do another path for the next Beyblade. So it can be like here, here, here. It hits here. It bounces off, goes this way, and so on, and continue the Beyblade battle. But we've only got one Beyblade, so it's going to be like this. So now we go to File. You won't be able to see this, but I'm pressing Save As. Now I'm going to do Tutorial Lines, and then I'm going to save it as an Inkscape SVG. Should be the first one that comes up when you put Save As Type, when you drop down the Save As Type menu. So click it, Save. I'm going to replace it because I've already got it. Now we go back to Blender. I'm going to move here just to show you guys. Now part of this you'll see and part of this you won't. So go to File, Import, Double Vector Graphics. Now you can't see it, but I'm clicking on the file that we just made in Inkscape and importing the SVG. And there you go. It shows up here. You know you've got it. And it's right here. So that's the file that we made. We want to, click it and then hold Shift and click the other one. Then right click and put Geometry to Origin. Press S to scale it out a little. There we go. Oh, that moved a bit. Oh well. That's weird. But yeah, Geometry to Origin. Then scale it out. Anyways, I'm going to scale it out to there. I'm going to show the stadium. Press G, press Z to clamp to the Z axis, move it up. Click this, scale it again. About right there. Fix this real quick. So I'm clicking this, I'm pressing G, I'm pressing Shift Z, and I'm moving this so that it's more closer to what I had imagined it the first time. G, Shift Z, G, Shift Z, G, Shift Z, and then G, Shift Z to there, G, Shift Z, G, Shift Z, and G, Shift Z, G, Shift Z, and there we go. That's more what I wanted. That's more like what I wanted. So now we don't need the path 1. We delete it. Then we grab path 2. We bring it, we press G, tap Z, move it down to about right there. Further, nope, just right there. So that's where it's going to be, where the Beyblade is going to start. That's where the Beyblade is going to end. So we click the path or the empty node, go to constraints, we do follow path, we click the target eyedropper and press path 2. We go to the path 2, go to data, bounds clamp. There we go, now it's on the layer. We go back to the, do we? No, we go down to here. Now the animation will be 1 to 100 because I want it small, just to make this quick. Whew, already been 11 minutes, and I've been trying to go fast. Probably going too fast, but thanks for letting me take a break. Now let's continue on. So, as you can see, it's pretty close to the ground, so it's fine. So we're going to click the path, go to this. That's 100 frames. That's good. Even if this was 200 frames, this could still be 100 frames. That's just an integer for how long the animation will be. So it could be 1,000, it could be 1,000,000, it could be 1. I'll show you about 1. So starts at 0. Let's do evaluation. We keyframe it to 200. Type in 1, keyframe it, and no matter what, it's going to automatically calculate where it needs to be. Now, I usually use 100, so that means that this is 1, or this is at 0, and this one should be at 100. There we go. It's all up to preference mostly. But let's say we want at 50, we want the Beyblade to hit the other Beyblade right there. That's where we want to adjust it to be like right there, then keyframe. So at frame 50, it's going to be there. Watch. Yep. So before, it was only right here at frame 50. But as I said, since we messed with it to about right there and keyframed it, it's now going to be there at frame 50. And you can make it stay still by just doing keyframe, or actually, I just undo the keyframe by clicking it. Let's say we want at 90, nope, at 70, we want to be here. We go to, at 70, we want to be right around here. So grab that, copy, go to 70, paste, enter, keyframe. Then at 80, we want it to still be there, paste, and keyframe. So from here to here, it stays in one place. Then it goes on and moves. Since it's only going to be a 100 frame animation, I'm going to put 100 right at 100 again. Or I'm going to put it at 100 at frame 100. There we go. And then move it to 200. Get rid of that keyframe because I don't need it anymore. So this is how it's going to be. Rather quick, but it's what I'm doing, and the lesson can be used however you want it to. So now that we've got the Beyblade moving, we want it to turn. So go back to frame 0, click the empty node, click the object properties, and click the rotation 0. Then move to 20, and I put this at 360 times 4. Now, Blender is amazing. It automatically does these calculations that you put in automatically. I just type it in, I press enter, and it automatically gives me the number. So just keep that in mind. So at frame 20, it's going to have rotated 100 or 1,440 degrees. We keyframe it, and then we drag this up. We go to graph editor. Without touching anything else, we press period so that it shows us this is how the thing moves. You can see it slows down the rotation near the end and at the start. Now we want it to be linear, and we want it to keep going over and over again. So we go to modifiers, we go to add modifiers, cycles, and that's going to make it linear and make it constantly cycle between 0 and 1,440. So forever it's going to continue rotating like that till the end. As you can see. So then turn this back into the timeline. We're going to do 100 because that's when our animation takes place. Now we've got it moving and we've got it animated. Last thing we need to do, set up the render. So we go to right here, which is the render tab. You can do it on EVs, that's fine. But you make sure you tap motion blur. I'm going to do it on cycles so that you guys can see how it looks advanced or more realistically. We're going to, now I know my computer well, so I know I can have this at, let's see, what is it? $256 divided by 2. No? Divided by 2, not multiplied by 2. Yeah, 128. I can have it at 128, and it'll give me just the perfect visual, you might have to change it for yours. Oh, and always change the device to GPU compute, because your GPU is made to compute visual images. Your CPU is not. It'll take you a long time to render this if you use CPU. And then denoise, we go to this, we change the place where it outputs. I want to make it output in my videos, and then accept. So as you can see, it's already set up even the frames per second. Now if I change it to 60, that uh, automatically adjusts. So just know that beforehand. I'm going back to 24 because that's what we set it as, or that's how we did it as. Now we're going to need to change this. We're going to go to FMPEG or FFmpeg. Encoding, that's good. Yeah, we're going to want MPEG 4 for that, but that we're going to leave as is. That should be good. That'll be good too. And then we just go to render. Oh, we've set up the render, yet we've forgotten about two things: light and camera. So one thing we can do, let's stop this at 1. No, at 0. So for camera, there's one thing you can do that'll make it a lot easier. You can either set it up beforehand, or you can do another trick. So setting up beforehand would mean like, okay, I want it to be kind of like from the, I'm moving this down, kind of like from the viewport, I kind of want it like this. Then you add camera, press G immediately, press Z again, and then pull it back. And you can see it gets a close, pretty close to where you are. Then we can press this, set active camera, and you can see that's pretty close to where we were. But if it's not right, you can click this, camera to viewport, and then you can control it again, however you want. So we want it like this. Okay. Oh, and the Beyblade is hovering too. Oh God, where was my mind? I almost did this without fixing that. So unclick this, move this. We're going to put out the sun real quick. Press G, Z, move it up, move this out. Now that we go to the rendering, press F12, and we get to see it as it will be portrayed. But remember, I forgot about the floating, about it floating, which it's obviously going to be doing in the middle. Watch. Beyblade's floating right there. So, one thing we want to do, go to this, go to places where it needs it. Like, for instance, here, we're going to go to the object. We're going to click this. So now it's set at that height. Then we're going to pick another area where it's at a fixed point. For instance, right there, we're going to press G, press Z, move it down till the line basically disappears, and keyframe it again. Then it's going to move around a bit to there, so we want it, as it's disappearing, we want to move it up. Press G, press Z. So everything is place sensitive. So where your mouse is, it'll be sensitive to that too. So as you can see, it moved way too fast. So I pressed Escape and I moved my mouse. Press G again, press Z. Now it's moving a lot smaller. So right there, that, along. It's floating again at this point. So press G, Z, and move it down to there. Then keyframe. You get it. So I'm going to quickly do this. It should take just a couple of seconds. There, we want it to be there also. And then there, we want it to be at the bottom of the thing. So G, Z, there. And then you do that for the rest of it. So now we can see as it moves down, it goes to the center. So now no longer is it floating. We've got the rendering up. We've got everything ready to make this animation finish. And not once did we go into this animation window, although we could, but there was no need. So we're going into the render, go to this, go to render animation. You already set that right? Yeah. Then we just click render animation. And then, as you can see, it's doing the samples of the image. Then it moves on to the next frame. You probably can't hear it, but my computer is pretty much, the fan is going full speed right now, and it's rendering this using as much power as it can to do this, because it takes power and a good GPU to render in cycles. So it's going to slowly go from frame to frame rendering until it's rendered all 100 frames. Then it'll put them together in the place where you saved it. So you have to wait for it to finish each of these frames until if you cancel it in between, it's not going to create the video. So let it finish rendering. Even if this goes to 100%, it needs to go to 100% 100 times before the video is finished. So let it render. And that's all there is to it. Thank you for watching. Hope you've learned something. Sorry it was quick, but I had to be quick without the amount of info I was trying to put into it. Hopefully there's nothing I forgot. And hopefully I get to see your awesome videos. Thank you for watching, and have fun. Bye. Oh, and I'll show the video after this, or right after this. So this is Dart Ace to Ace after the fact. I forgot one thing. So you know how with Eevee, I said don't forget the motion blur? I forgot the motion blur in Cycles. So you scroll down and you click that. And then it'll come out right. Sorry, I forgot. It was unclicked before. And now I've rendered the video properly. Okay, thank you.